But everybody's so bullish out there. George being funny. Not fizzling. I'm popping. How's Zynga doing today? Anybody following Zynga? $19 million traded. I see BTU hitting highs, so WLT raising stops. Some of the top gains today, it's about 10:30. CMG, Ralph Lauren, Netflix, Biogenetics, Shutterfly, Google, Reliance Steel off the MT, PVH, Priceline, WYN. Stock does never disappoints, huh? WYN. Take a look at that chart from 2009. Talk about straight shot. $3. People, is that right? $5 stock is trading at close to 60. That's Wyndham Worldwide. Weak action in CHRW, Apple. But Apple holding my levels. What'd I say? What was the low print? 453.54. That's the levels. 453.47 acting as 5-minute Bollinger Band support. Watching the hourly still. 453.64. As I say, Apple in the next hour, either this inverse head and shoulder pattern is negated or they're going to hold it. That's the way I see it. Keeping it tight. BlackBerry highs. Yesterday's high comes in at 1689. Nice heads up, Jeff D. Yesterday on BlackBerry's top tick candle. That's BBRY. So a little bit of a drawdown, market pulling back at 15 points. Bank of America, every penny counts on this trade. BAC, every penny counts. One of the strong names on the board today for me, Panel. Amazon giving up $3.50. Wind down 372. Dow still selling off S&Ps. It's the right time of day. Let's see what happens. SPOO's down only 230. Comp down about 11 3/4. Comp trading 3160. The big number, 3,200 on the comp. It's a massive number. Apple stops taken out. $453.11 stop last on Apple. By the way, Barry, you know that the U.S. Postal Service is stopping Saturday service. You aware of that? He looked at me and just growled. All right, man, go get yourself a crawler. Leave me alone. Gannett moving up to test resistance at its 10-day moving average. That's GCI.
The truth is, I mean, we'll still have overnight service that people could always pay extra for, but how many people here really like getting mail on a Saturday? I personally don't. I'm all for this move.
That's what I got a mailbox for. By the way, you mentioned FedEx up 36 cents, UPS down 35 cents. $453.11 on that Apple. You're watching that price action. If you play an Apple, $453.25. And I'm breaking it for now. See what happens. This is the last. For me, this is the last surge on Apple shorts right now. This is where they're gonna have to really hammer it for the continuation pattern.
Went ahead and I scooped up 5 of these 195s in Netflix here. I finally jumped back in, except this time I'm attacking a strike 15 points higher. Again, you know, these calls trading $7 by $17. They're cheap per comparatively to some of the other calls in Netflix. And I just scooped up 5 of them here at $1.10. So that's the 195 call that expires this week at $1.10. Again, I opened up a little lighter this time around. Again, I'm just testing the waters here with Netflix on this digestive pattern. This is a falling wedge, and this falling wedge looks like you're going to resolve between now and the next 10 minutes if you don't resolve this moment on Netflix. So I am looking for Netflix to retest day highs. I am looking for a push out into the stock to the upside. I have Letter X shooting right over 23 bucks right now. Beautiful move there in US Steel. But on this Netflix, I just love everything about it, and I still love what it's doing here. And I am looking for a bull flag continuation pattern through day highs. I scooped up 5 of these 195 calls. They already just jumped up 10% in value.
Stopped out an Apple. And by the way, bounced right back up. You're seeing some strength in the steels, right? Off of ArcelorMittal's earnings, you saw RS showing some strength. So what's the derivative play off the steels? Coal names, metallurgical coals in particular. So Walter hanging pretty much highs of the day. A&R hitting highs of the day. Panel, Mark, one of the stronger names on the board, just ticked to new highs. I don't know what it is, man. Right? Talked about I don't have any feeling for this rim stock, BBRY, but boy, do I have this SSYS down as if I own it, Mark. I own this SSYS. It's insane. It really is insane how I just own the stock. Covering under 80, waiting for that push, reshorting, and the stock just implodes. X showing life, staying with Walter Energy, staying with some of these metallurgical coal names. CNX, highs of the day. Fine is showing strength. MPC, highs of the day.
Nice little push up in Netflix. You're resolving outside that falling wedge pattern. And again, the zenith point coming on literally the next 5-minute candle. I'm going to call a technical imminent resolution here in Netflix between now and 10:50, the next 8.5 minutes.
SPWR, heavy. First solar, still about up a stick. Still looking for, again, it's going to be pretty much a vacuum. No real economic data. coming out of the U.S. for a bit. You've got the minutes coming out on the 20th. Although some of the headlines that we are watching here in Shine's Room, Biogen to pay Elan a little over $3 billion for full Sabri rights. Germany dismissing Holland's call to steer Euro's rate. Dell going private. That was news. Little jitter return to markets despite the Nikkei surge, with the market down 37 points. BlackBerry sees mixed views of the Z10 launch. Whole Foods isn't anti-union. It's beyond unions. Coming out of the CEO. Postal Service dropping Saturday mail. USPS aims to save $2 billion annually by ending Saturday delivery of mail. Virgin Media in the deal. Gold futures is a bit higher. Did top 16.75 an ounce.
Priceline going through day lows right now. Stock was trading well over 700 this morning. Now trying to test and break 690. That's Peter, Charlie, Larry, Nancy. You got that TripAdvisor potential comp play off that price line. Hit all-time highs today at 49.35.
Okay, Apple. You and I, little revenge trading right now. AAPL. If I'm trading based on, I'm looking at all time frames really, but if I'm really watching this hourly chart and it hasn't broken my inverse head and shoulder pattern yet, why am I'm getting stopped out, but I'm revisiting. Overall, Apple down $110 on this trade. Not a big deal right now. And revisiting back in 453.45. Watching the price action. Apple hourly. 17 minutes as the candle holds. Looking for a target of 460 on Apple. I don't want to see that stock really break 452.30. 452.30. I have defined Apple's trade right now based on the hourly. HLF pulls in 66 cents off the heads up. Panel just trading shy of the highs of the day. Refiners showing strength. Kids, steels, follow that strength. That's what we do here. We are pretty good at recognizing price action, finding groups that are strong, finding groups that are weak. Not really too concerned about stocks that are mixed. That's where I end up getting chopped up. So steels, nice section today. Nice heads up in chat. Great work. Anybody who's participating in chat, I thank you for your participation and your insight and your input. Trust me, it's awesome.
Celgene, $98.
Base materials doing well. I got Southern Copper, new highs on the day. I got Walter Energy, shies of the high. Walter, now you got highs, baby. Now you're talking highs. Walter Energy. 37.05 overhead resistance on WLT. 37.05 is my target. But I will work those trailing stops. Andy's working trailing stops. Walter Energy, we talked about it. Keep an eye on it. Stock got back above those resistance levels, but running into some overhead short-term SMA resistance. EMA 37.02. The 20 EMA 37.02. Walter.
Again, was looking for a resolution in Netflix, and you could just get right back here, and you could just see this zenith point. You're on the candle after the zenith point right here. This is the 5-minute candle, which should resolve Netflix.
Weekly expiration, Apple, 455s going for about 3 sticks. 460s trading $1.46 by $1.54. The 460s. Apple back above 454. Again, I'm trading intraday based on the hourly, based on the 1-minute candle, and I'm watching my P&L versus watching the formations of the pattern, I'm going to get taken out of my position. Put stop orders in. I told you 453.11 getting stopped out, revisiting 454.47. Stock is 454.50 last. And when I get my levels and Shine, this is the discussion, Shine and I and everybody else who's taking the education course here, you get to the levels, you're getting stopped out, you're working that trade, you're getting small cuts and small losses, and you finally got to the level of the stock where you want to own it the right amount for the right reasons. Apple, it's what I do. It's what I do, people. It's what I do. Selling some Apple.
This looks like news on Apple. This isn't Apple just pushing up right now. This Apple could explode. This is news on Apple. This isn't. This thing can have a huge move now. This is irregular trading here in Apple. There's some very bullish note out right now on Apple.
I've been pointing out Bill Miller from Legg Mason commentary, but again, if you're welcome to Shine's Room. When I say levels to watch, I'm not screwing around.
Great trade. Holy moly. What timing. Maybe he was looking at that hourly too before he came out with that call. Look at that move. See, that's sick. Just sick move.
Thank you, buddy. Goldman Who pointing out Apple Talk that Apple's signed off on a combined enhanced share buyback, slight dividend raise, and will announce prior to Tim Cook's keynote. That's solid news too. But the hourly chart, if I'm trading it on a 5-minute or 1-minute basis and I'm getting stopped out, and we talk about 454 levels, 453.11 stops, you're taking small little tiny losses, but I'm getting focused on the trade. You're getting more focused and you're getting the right levels. The stops
timing was impeccable.
Thank you, man. The stops tell you that you're just early. That's it. I want you to understand. That's how I use my stops. Helps me refocus. Stop 455.97. 455.97. And there's the target. The 460s, we just talked about them for 150. The 270. Again, for me, hourly, still not resolved on this inverse head and shoulder pattern. 460 and 50 represents the top end of that neckline. So, what do you do now? Now you got wind at your sails, man. Hold back. You let things work. Yeah, pretty amazing.
Apple's positive for the day. You want to talk about the market heading higher? Now it makes sense to head higher. Remember, we were trading at the 67.30 level below before when I was asking why isn't the market going through lows. We cracked through lows, and look how Apple just puts the market on its shoulders and lifts it higher. April, your timing was impeccable.
Thank you, brother. Here we go, right? Using those stop orders, letting it work, letting it breathe. I'm up 5 sticks now in Apple. 5. Actually, whatever. Down 140 early in the trade, up $640 in Apple right now. 500, 600. Again, big level to watch. 460. 460 is the neckline. Do you see the hourly, Mark? You throw the hourly up on the broadcast?
Yeah, you go through 459.74, you get a bullish engulfing bar if you could do it within the next 7 minutes.